Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Live VIP stream. It has been a week. It's been far too long since our last Final Fantasy stream, at least. But welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Bienvenidos, papi. Bienvenidos. We're here. We are back to progress the story, papi. Este Soco in the chat. Papi. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Music sounds wild when there's two streams in the game itself blasting it. Oh no. Be careful, Sokka. Be careful. But yes, we're here. We're back to progress the main story, the MSQ. And again, we joined. Hello, Sokka. Hello. Este Sokka. Este Sokka. I'll soon be joined by another cranky duckling. Soon. Again, usually we're laddering here, playing some StarCrafts, but today we are going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV, slowly progressing through the MSQ. We'll get there. We have been making some progress. I will say that the last stream we had, we actually were playing through the Rogue, the Ninja main story, the Ninja MSQ for Stormblood, but we're going to be putting that on hold for the time being and continuing the main MSQ. That is the current plan. Yes, hope you had a great Christmas. You had a great time. No. Oh, yes, there's steel mold in the chat. Holiday happies, yes. I was just about to ask how you got Light to stand still long enough to take a picture when he started jumping around. True. Oh, but here we go. As always, I'm not alone. I'm joined by the one, the only, the hero of the wasteland, the savior of esports. It's Koopa. Now Koopa. Hello. Beautiful.
My hello there.
Hello. I was drunk, but I had a great time. Don't know about anyone else. Lovely.
Yeah, look, at least Soko was happy.
Beautiful. I was just letting everyone know that the last time we played, we did actually play through we were playing through the Ninja storyline, the Ninja MSQ. We're going to be putting that on hold though for the time being, and we're going to be continuing the main MSQ. We'll be catching up with the Ninja MSQ next time.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get there.
We will get to it.
Hmm?
But before the Ninja MSQ, I thought you had something to say.
So I did the Paladin MSQ off stream. I've been doing them off stream. And Kira, have a look at our Discord. I'm gonna send you something. Tell me what it says.
God.
Tell me.
Oh boy. What it says.
What's it say?
So for those who cannot see, it's Nanamo Ulnamo saying, "Let it be known that all proceeds from this event shall go towards our continuing refugee relief efforts."
Oh, but I thought that you had to make profit off of the refugees. Isn't that the conclusion that she made? Isn't that what happens? Didn't that happen, Kira?
No.
Didn't she go to Godbert and Godbert told her that no, you need to exploit the refugees for all they're worth?
No.
This is why we went to a Haleji Adeleji or to
No, Adeleji is dead.
The other
pretty
one.
sure Adeleji
Who's
is
the
dead.
other one?
It was Lorito.
Lorito, yeah. So we went to Lorito for his advice on how to exploit the refugees. Remember that? So
I don't want to remember that.
so the Paladin MSQ, which was there's another person here. It's Val.
Hello.
Wow. How Daisha.
Also, Samurai Soko.
True, Samurai Sako. But the Paladin MSQ, it's pretty short. It's basically a tournament. It's basically just a tournament. You're playing in the tournament. You're fighting in the tournament. Something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way though about it is that it features a character that was banned from competing because of match fixing, basically, and he's innocent. Like you know this from the like 1 to 50 quest line. You know that he's innocent, but he's not proven to be innocent. Like that was never quite done. So he's just exiled and banned from the sands, from the blood sands. And he's competing under like a masked alias, and then he gets unmasked. Everyone realizes who he is, and he gets banned from competing. And then when that happens, they start saying, "Hey, it's gonna make for a good fight anyway. Let him fight. Let him compete because he's in the finals against you." And then like the Sultana gets behind it as well, and she's like, "No, yeah, like it's gonna be great. We should just let him fight anyway." And I'm like, for all these people know, he is guilty of match fixing. Like we know he isn't, and we know that he's a good person, but like that was never proven to anyone. No one knows that. Everyone still believes like he's like, you know, match fixing, and they want to, and they're pushing to have him compete anyway. And I'm like, what are we doing right now? Like what? Like what are we? What's happening? Oh, like it's a little bit complicated because we know that he didn't do it, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
Like so it feels.
Yeah.
It's just
like
just wrong.
Knowledge that they shouldn't have, right?
Yeah. Well, knowledge that they don't have. They just want him to fight anyway, just because it'd be a good fight. It's like it felt really, especially because of where we come from, because of our StarCraft background. Like it just felt wrong. Like it felt kind of gross. That they would push for that, and that like the Sultana would push to that as well.
You bring it up, but that kind of is like a thing that every now and then it appears where like people are like, oh, why don't we just let like match fixers play because they're fun to watch. Like that is like a sentiment that's exactly
that is the exact same sentiment that we actively push against, right? That like people are like, oh, like, you know, let life play anyway because it was a fun player to watch. It's like, no. Like,
yeah, like what's the problem? Just let him play, right? Because it was entertaining.
Exactly.
But
and
like,
that's
it's about the rule.
That goes against everything that we do on the Cranky Ducklings. Like that just goes against like where we come from in StarCraft. It's like, yeah, it just felt kind of gross. And yeah, it was pretty awful. Like only that part. Like the idea of having like a tournament is fine. It's like a fun little tournament. And again, it's to raise money for the refugees in Alamigo, because hey, looks like there is a way to like, you know, raise money without like burdening the people of Uldar, right? So like that just contradicts the MSQ of what the Sultana was pushing for and what they decided to do with Alamigo in the end. Like this would have been something nice to do. Is like, hey, how do we raise money for these people? Oh, just run they run a tournament. We have gladiator pits.
Just run events.
Yeah, like it's a good it's a good thing to do. It just contradicts what the MSQ is doing. It's like, what? And
it would be very fitting with Rogue One, considering that he was a gladiator before he got to where he is.
Exactly. Like that's kind of where he was like born and raised, like in the pits. So we're not gonna like there are a multitude of ways to like support the Alamigan refugees. It's just they just don't want to do it. Like, I guess. Like,
It's also, I feel like it's also important to point out that Paladin questline would happen before the part of MSQ we are in now.
Yeah, it would. So yeah, it was very disappointing with what they decided to do with that. It's a shame. Shame. But regardless, let's head on over. Let's head on over here. We're going to Yanxia. I believe we basically just finished when we arrived in Yanxia with Azula and Gosetsu. And then we realized, I think someone was missing. Like basically, someone was missing, and we're like, because remember, we were meant to keep it hidden. The idea that Azula was with us, and make sure that people didn't know.
No, we have to properly set the stage for people who might have missed last episode. So, Azula, as we call her, or Yotsuyu, she has lost her memory, and she behaves like a child. She literally has brain damage.
She has brain damage, yeah.
Unironically. And that's not a problem. That's actually something that I came up with as
it's
a way to
the way to do it,
to the story. And I think it's fine. Like I think it's a very interesting concept. Like it's a very interesting storyline. But what we did was we brought her to Hien. Sorry, that's exactly. They say Hien. That's not Hien. But we brought her to Hien to like judge what to do with her because he's the leader of the ancient people, of the Doman people. And that's still fine. But what we did is they specifically keep emphasizing that if anybody in Doma sees her, they're gonna be mad because of how much they suffered because of her.
Yeah.
So what we did apparently was bring her straight to the base of the rebel fighters who have been fighting her for all these years and just like paraded her through. And like, aren't those the people who will be the most affected by this?
Yeah. So
and apparently glamours don't exist because
and someone's missing. I believe specifically like there's someone missing, and it's like
one of the officers is just missing suddenly.
Yeah. So there's like it's alluding to the fact that most likely he went to tell people that she's here, right? But Kaidate.
Or maybe he, like didn't have to like say, but like maybe he just like quit because he's not gonna be like part of this kind of thing.
No, see. Katsunji Fuya. He was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alice when she came asking earlier. Something amiss? He's like, does this have something to do with Yotsuyu? It's like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. No one's meant to know.
Don't worry about it.
He's like, but
nobody
everyone knows. I don't know.
You seek the captain? He passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if aught was the matter, and he told me that the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks.
Also, the culmination of the Paladin quest line is that after we won, we asked for him to be pardoned and to be relieved from exile.
Hold on just 1 second. You didn't ask for his name to be cleared. You asked him to be pardoned, which does not like absolve him of the crime. Just make he gets no punishment.
Very quickly, the problem with it is that like a satisfying conclusion to that story arc would be that we are able to investigate and prove that he's innocent, right? Like
that's his name.
Yes, but no. Instead, after winning, like we went to the Sultana and asked her to like give him like a royal pardon and like clear his name and like just
pardon does not mean that person is not guilty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just it's the worst way to like resolve like that like character arc. Yeah, it was awful.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Viola. Is that how you say it? Viola? I guess Yola.
Alice.
Okay, Alice. I see the trail led you here as well. This man says he saw Jifuya leave.
Liberation Front Sentry. Aye. The captain went outside some few bells ago, and looking quite unwell. Sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Kosetsu, whose straight ways struck out after him. I hope they'll be alright.
Kosetsu too? It seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Milika. Alfino and I shall hold the fort.
This is once again highlighting Alice.
Yes.
So she's just not a part of the plot.
She could have just joined us.
Yeah. Just Alfino can handle himself. Like, he'll be fine. We have link pros. He can just call us if there's an issue. Like, we're gonna be right outside.
I mean, It's that. Oh, hello, hello, big guy. It's that, but also like Alfino is not alone there, you know.
Yeah, there's Hien,
Like
there's
he
Yugiri.
and specifically, no, he and specifically stayed behind because Yugiri asked him to.
Yeah.
If you remember, because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like join with you," but and Yugiri is like, "No, no, no, you have to like make sure that everything is fine here."
G4, yeah.
Ah, by the Kami, your Lord Hien, leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
We got voice actings for this. Okay. Okay.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
What do you know?
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
Oh, the drama. The drama.
By the Kami.
Ah. Okay, that was a twist that I was not expecting. Okay, okay.
She worked in my establishment.
Ah. The
Her
drama.
father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became.
Nah. This is a stretch.
Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
Yeah.
I am in your debt.
It's not good enough.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Light, I have a bad news for you, and we'll see if it becomes a problem. I may have to redo this quest,
Huh? What's up?
because I accidentally did it on Samurai,
What do you...
and
what
my
do you-
Samurai is not level 70, so I may not be able to complete it.
Ah, okay. Oh, I see.
I don't think we accepted the. I think we already accepted the quest before, so maybe it will be fine.
Nah. We'll see. We'll see. It's not uncommon
'Cause
for
I
you
only
to
did this
accept a
part.
quest and for you not to be able to finish it if you don't know the level. I mean, that happened
Yeah,
last
but what
time,
I mean is that like I think we accepted the quest last stream. I don't think we accepted this stream.
we did accept last stream. We did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are your thoughts? What just happened?
I think they are trying so hard to redeem Yutsuyu in our eyes by doing this. To make her not as bad because it's like the people did this to her and that's why she's like the way she is.
What do you think?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I don't think it's necessarily bad that she has a backstory like this. I just don't know if this is the moment we should be learning about this.
Well, I said as soon as it was revealed, one, the drama, but two, I don't think it's good enough. I don't think there's obviously the parallel is Yotsuyo, Azula, and Fordola, right? That's meant to be the parallel. Fordola has so much more. I mean, obviously, again, with they retcon, we went over it, but like because of what they decided to do with her, she has a lot more reason to hate and to kill her people, right? Like again, they literally tried to stone her to death, right? Like that's I would say what happened to Fordola is more traumatic, right? Like that, like it's a little more extreme where they killed her father on top of her. Like her dad died on top of her. Like that's crazy. That's insane. What happened to Fordola? And what Fordola did was less extreme than what Yotsuyu did. Fordola worked for the Empire. She killed for the Empire, but she took no pleasure in it. Like she wasn't like getting off on it, right? But that's what they decided to do with Azula, where she was literally
Fordola,
taking pleasure in torturing people and making them kill each other. Like she was more extreme, but I would say her trauma is less severe, right? Like so far at least. I would say that if they want to make you, I don't want to say redeem, but if they want you to feel compassion and if they want you to like empathize with Azula, then they would have had to have gone like a step further. And because the problem is that they've introduced Kugane and they've introduced like the pleasure district already as just like a thing. Like it's just a profession.
Yeah, like it's
right?
just a thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as traumatizing as they want to make it now.
Exactly. Like the unfortunate reality here in this world in Kugane is that like being like a pleasure girl and like and being like a prostitute or like a sex worker like feels like a regular thing. Like it feels like a regular profession.
Sex workers strictly though.
There's tiers.
They were
there's
like
tiers.
companions.
No, there's tiers because like if you remember, we spoke about how like in the other quest line, the Weaver quest line, like that was like a step above just being like a pleasure girl, right? Like where she was like performing for them. So there's
she was like a dancer.
Yeah. There's differences there, but like that's not necessarily that doesn't justify the kind of person that Yotsuyu turned into. I would say that you have to take it a step further to the point where she was doing that kind of stuff, but also she was like being abused, like she was like being like hurt, like maybe like you take it a step further and be like her clients were like hurting her and like violently, like doing other things that aren't just like what regular pleasure girls would do. Like you have to take it a step further.
Maybe the clients, or maybe even the guy himself was like rough on her.
Exactly.
Because, like, she wasn't like doing what she was supposed to or something.
Exactly. Like that's kind of like the level that you'd have to go to for me to feel empathetic for this character because of what she did, right? Because so far this doesn't justify, right? This does not come close to justifying the kind of person that Yotsuyu is.
Yeah, that's why I said that like they're trying so hard to make you feel bad for her,
it's not good enough.
Like it's like the problem is that not that like it's not like a dramatic story. It is, but the problem is that the extents she went to, like you would have to really try hard to make it like somewhat quote unquote justifiable because she like went all the way, like she didn't like cross the line. She's like, you know, kilometers behind the line.
Exactly. Like she's an awful human being. Like she's just a like an irredeemable character. So like you have to have like an extreme backstory to try to like be like, oh, but like, you know,
like she would literally have to be tortured to the point she like went insane.
Yeah, exactly, which they might do, but I don't think they will, especially if her the problem they just screwed themselves because they just said that her master is here, and like I don't think they're gonna go as far as to paint this guy as like is an even worse kind of character.
No, he's like too nice of a person.
Yeah, he is too. Yeah, exactly. Like he's too nice. Like they already messed up here. Like they'd have to make the master more of a despicable human being, right? Like they have to.
Either that or like be like make him like actually like an old guy who's like, oh, like the things I did, you know, in the past kind of thing. Where like, you know, it's been so long ago that like he's kind of like past it, but like still like he's not a good person. Yeah. Like, but even he himself said like, oh, you know, her father came to me and like sold her, and like, you know, she didn't look like she was like cut for the job, but you know, she had to like he already like paints it like, you know, he already felt bad for her as it happened, so he clearly wasn't like.
He wasn't malicious. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, he wasn't malicious.
They didn't make him malicious enough. So like, this. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Like, this is still early in her like revelation of the backstory. Right now, at least, I would say they need more. They need to do more for her. Otherwise, it's not good enough yet. But we'll see.
See, I feel like it would be a more interesting story if you do have this guy who like knows her past, and he says that like even when she was working with clients, she already was showing like these sadistic tendencies kind of thing. To like make her more like that, like she was always like this.
Yeah, you could do something like that. But
like make her like more like insane, I guess.
Like that would be interesting. The problem is that I don't think the writers want to do that. Yeah, because because then you're saying that like, nah, she was always fucked up. But I don't think that's what the writers want to do. I don't think they want to make her always. I think
they want to redeem her, and I just don't think it's worth it.
Exactly. I would agree though. It would be more interesting if she was, she was like that.
Like,
from
or
the beginning.
maybe not that like she was like that from the beginning, but like by the point like he got to interact with her, like she was already like, you know, that traumatized that she was like this. Like the reason why she was sold in the first place, or maybe like being sold was like the last straw or something. And like she has become like this, like at that point.
It was she was
already
like
just waiting for her moment.
Yeah, she was already like somewhat of a disturbed individual. And her father or her parents didn't know what to do with her, and she was like, I don't know, killing animals. I don't know. she was doing some.
That would be like lame, but like make it that like at that point like the process already like, you know, reached the point where like she was already like this kind of person, but just like, you know, she didn't have the power to do anything with it.
Yeah. Okay. Kitty.
And that would also be like more terrifying if the guy was like, no, I've seen it in her eyes, like I've seen what she like was trying to do, like kind of thing where like he was already scared of her. It would be like an interesting story.
That would be more interesting for sure. Okay.
Forgive me. Now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others.
Like you know what the problem is? Especially if this is as tame as they're going to be with Yotsuyu's backstory, Azula's backstory, that this would have been more fitting for $4, right? Like it's like the opposite, right? Like we spoke about how they made $4's backstory too extreme to the point where she would never want to help the people, and now they're making like Yotsuyu's backstory too tame. Like it's like
now that
the
you're
opposite.
saying it, like $4's backstory would actually work for you too, where they like literally like kill her family.
Exactly. 100%. Like
then it makes sense that she would hate the people because they hated her.
They submitted the backstories and they put the wrong name on the backstory. Like they messed that up when they submitted it to the head director. Like what's going on? Again, $4's dad literally died on top of her, protecting her. Like it's just
he died protecting her
from regular people, from regular like that. Like that's crazy.
There wasn't like a fight, an attack. That was literally people on the street killing her family.
Yeah, like that's the kind of extreme shit thing that you need for Azula.
We'll
agree. See. Yeah,
I agree. It would make way more sense. Lord Hien and Master Alfino look troubled. Something is afoot.
Oh, something's on the feet.
Ah.
Yeah, you know. Everyone is here. Good. There have been developments that demand our immediate attention.
Okay.
No. That your mere presence should sow such strife. Gotta say.
Shibuya can't be the only one here with a mortal fear of Yotsuyu. She tormented these people.
Okay, yeah. She did, by the way. Yeah, she did torture them.
She did. Literally.
I thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me all that transpired. I will not presume to defend the life that Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. That's what I mean. Like they had him run away, like ashamed of what he had done. Like the master, I mean. Like they already like softened that aspect of the backstory. So it's like, yeah. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. Do you have any dialogue? Afina has more to say about the foot.
Ah, okay.
It is as Lord Hien says. The Empire is on the move, and we as ever find ourselves on the back foot.
Ah, more feet.
Yes.
So I say, hey, any opinions on food?
Ah.
No. What about Gosetsu? No, no feet.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure you pick the correct character this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Empire is on the move, and Hien would not be caught on the back foot. What's
Ah.
happening? Why? Who wrote this?
Oh, the feet.
This is where, as an editor, you go through. It's like, look, you use the word foot too much in all this dialogue. Like, you gotta
Nah.
back off and use another word here.
Watch there be like the word food in like every bubble?
Oh no. Ah. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. The Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. What are they going to do to the soil? Our visitors' objective remains unclear. I feel like we already established that they're hunting for Yotsuyu, right? You crazy?
Yeah.
We know that that's happening.
I mean, to be fair, in Doma, like it could be also something else.
True, they might be after the feet.
Yes.
Maybe another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to an invasion.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way. So we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Alliance, can I count on you?
yes, my lord.
Anase and I would fain play our part as well. Will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuro, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see the Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to light in your giddy. Well, guard duty. Not a breath of protest. I've seen it all. To Castrum Fluminis, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is.
Poor Alice. She's never getting attention.
Yeah, sidelined again. Alright, prediction. Does Alice ever get to do anything in this part of the story?
No.
Then why did they come? Why did Alfino and Alice come here? They're not doing anything.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Alice to have an expansion like Alfino did.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ah, the arm people.
Yes. It's Arm Day again. Giddy.
Doma is ill-equipped to deal with an aerial offensive. Should the Empire be so minded, the Zyla's flying mounts would be our only hope.
I was about to say that Zylas have flying mounts. Like that's like that's how
Yeah,
you won last time.
that's what they did last time.
Yeah, we had an aerial assault. They won.
Yeah, but to be fair, they weren't like any like big ships. So if there's like a big ship, they may have a problem.
Yeah. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum.
Okay.
We're going to be sneaky like Shinobi.
Uh-huh. Where's my smoke bomb?
Can we not hide?
I like how we just walk in.
Are they cooking something?
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
What does it smell like? Making KBBQ.
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
No.
Who can say?
Okay, so what they could do, depends who's in charge. They could be like, hey, we'll have a truce, we'll have peace if you give us Azula. And would make sense.
Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
Oh, do they have a new viceroy? Let's go.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
It's a jank-ass transport. Okay.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
Asahi.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
Ambassador, not viceroy. Okay.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
What's he want? His sister, right?
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
I'm glad you caught on to that, Selka. That was a word and a half, yes. La capa.
Hello? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah. Yeah. So, like, we just keep getting examples of them not planning ahead of time. This is an example of that. This is the equivalent of, you know, in Dragon Ball, how suddenly, hey, Vegeta has a brother. It's like, oh, there was no like indication of this, or there was nothing. No, suddenly he just has a brother because we just want a brother character. This is the same thing. We spoke about it previously when it came to $4 backstory. When it came to for a bunch of stuff. When it comes to this expansion, when it comes to $4 backstory. When it comes to Yotsuyu not dying, right? How they had the line during the siege on the Confederacy, where they're like, yeah, her fabric is weaved of, you know, strong stuff. That's why the sword didn't.
Kimono was
with
all the cards.
But like as in, like, these are last second decisions where they just want to. They just didn't know what to do. They just didn't have any plan ahead of time as to what the hell was going to happen in the story. What I mean by that is that there was no indication, there was no setup of a brother character previously, but at the same time, like, they never explained whether she could have a sister. For all we know, if they wanted to, we could kill. Well, this guy could die this patch, and the next patch, bam! Oh, Yotsuyu, now her mother is here. Now her sister is here. Like, they doesn't fuck it. They don't. Now her cousin. Who cares? Like, from their side, like, they don't care. Like, they just need a character here. I would say the problem with suddenly giving her a brother character is that I would say this kind of, like, weakens her previous position. The idea that, like, was her father still alive as well? Like, what? Like, are we, like, the idea that her family was brought into the Empire and it wasn't just, like, her on her own? I think that'd be, like, a stronger stance for a character, especially if, like, remember, her father sold her, right? Like, her father sold her. Her family didn't care about her. You get the impression that maybe, like, she isn't close with her brother here, but, like, the idea of her going off and doing this on her own and even like renouncing her family like makes sense in my mind. So suddenly to make it so that she has other family members that are also like highly ranked in the Empire.
Also power in Garlemald.
Yeah, it's like it makes her less special. It makes
because it's not so much her like having a family and more that like, oh, like, you know, she was a viceroy but her brother also is like highly ranked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it makes her less special. It makes her less unique. It makes.
I know. Wasn't her brother supposed to like study in Garlemald? Wasn't that what they did? That, like they sent him to study in Garlemald, but her like they just sold.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think that might have been what happened. I don't remember because it's been a while ago.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's.
Like, I think because like he was a son, like they sent him like to study instead and just sold her.
Sure, maybe, but like I don't know, like it's not. It doesn't flow too well yet. I would say, like to me at least, it's just more apparent of something that they just came up on the fly to use now. Yeah, but we'll see. What I will say, introducing this character here is this might be a good opportunity to not kill him. My biggest criticism is that whenever they introduce like a head figure in the Empire, they just keep killing them off. Obviously, they, as far as we know, they might try to
Xenos.
they might try to retcon Xenos' death. Maybe we still don't know what's going to happen there, but they might try to retcon that. Recognizing their mistake, because it's not a good idea to just keep killing off your characters, because you have to just keep reintroducing more characters and they just have less depth. I bring this up just because Asahi is very young, and there's a lot of potential with a young character like this to have them grow over time, especially if he stays with the Empire. Like if he's like born of Doma and if he's now working for the Empire. We haven't seen anything yet, but if they make him smart, like that'd be nice, because then you have like a counterplay to like Alfino. There's always potential when you introduce a character like this. We'll see what they do with him, but there's potential to make this character interesting and to have him like, you know, fill a role a little bit later down the line. So far, this expansion hasn't done anything when it comes to setting up for the future, but like there's potential set up here. But I said the same thing about Xenos and they killed him, so it's like so we'll see. Tentatively, I would say this character has potential.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't like that the character exists. I was half expecting Xenos to appear here, to be honest. Like if he wasn't dead. Like,
I just lands, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to look for Fordolash. Wrong landing spot.
Ah, fuck. Maximum. I know. What are your thoughts?
That's the thing. I don't really have thoughts right now. I find the whole situation quite weird. I kind of like that Tien is like humoring them, because like I mean, kind of as he said, like they cannot like show themselves, like you kind of get into like politics manners kind of thing, where like they have to present themselves as willing to talk kind of thing, even though it does sound pretty ridiculous.
I'll be honest, I would be more interested. I think this would be better if it wasn't an ex-Doman. If it was if it was someone from the Empire, a Garlean, who legitimately was interested in the history of their people and had studied their people, because that's their job, because they're the ambassador, and like and has done their due diligence to try to connect with the Doman people for the purpose of these negotiations. Like that's more interesting.
I do agree that I think it would be better if it wasn't someone related.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that's kind of what they try. Like, I think they need him for some story bit. I think that's what's happening. Like, I don't think
for Azula, for sure. Like,
yeah, it's no coincidence that they picked him specifically. I don't even know if they're gonna like make him and Yotsu interact at all.
They should.
I think they may like show him as like a very similar kind of person. That's the vibe I get right now. That he may turn out very similar to Azula, but just like calmer and more cunning.
Maybe. I don't get that vibe, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. He's too baby-faced to be like an evil, demented character.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that he's like more calm, you know, but like still cunning.
Maybe.
We'll
I don't know. I don't get that vibe yet. Not sure. Obviously, what he's gonna ask is for his sister, right? Like that's the obvious thing that they're gonna ask for peace negotiations. And then obviously we're gonna have to say no because Gossetto's gonna say like no, like we're not gonna give her up, and then there's gonna be conflict.
I guess. Also, I was under the impression that all Gallians are white-haired. Or maybe the guy just dyes his hair.
Maybe he's half Guardian, maybe.
Maybe. But Ironvald had white hair.
He did. Alright, Maxim. Lord Hien is magnanimous in victory. Given our nation's troubled history, we did not expect such hospitality. Saki. I say, do I stand in the presence of a fabled Icon Slayer? What an honor. Is this Zuko? Like, if his sister is Azula, is this Zuko? Is that what's...
Yes, this is Zuko! Ah, this is Zuko! Yes,
no.
okay, that's good.
And
Except
also,
he won't be anywhere nearly as good as Zuko.
No, he won't be anywhere as
I do
cool.
like Zuko.
Yeah.
Zuko is so cool. I like
But
Zuko.
look, if they were inspired by Azula to make Yotsuyu, then of course they
No,
shout
yeah.
out of a brother. Yeah.
This is Zuko.
who was maybe like arguably a little bit more meek and a little bit more tame in his approach, like how Zuko was initially.
Yeah.
Remember Azula? She tortured like the turtle ducks. Remember that? Well, she didn't torture them, but like
I don't remember that.
there was like
there
a
was
there was like
something.
a, yeah, there was like
she was like broken.
Yeah, there was like a flashback scene where like you had Zuko who was like trying to feed like the animals, and then like you have Azula like fucking hurting them or killing them, and like yeah, that's the scene where like their mother is like showing concern about like Azula and stuff.
Yeah, because she's like violent.
Yeah.
That would be actually so funny if it was actually like Azula and Zuko, and where like he's actually genuine, just just a kid. That would be so funny actually.
Okay. Nigiri.
Peace. After all they have done, where has the war drunk more hollow?
We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Nugiri, pray go ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. Isn't that where the fish people are? The catfish?
Namazu?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna welcome him to the Namazu halls.
Oh, no.
After that, he has seen everything he has
Negotiations will break down.
to negotiate with this.
Also,
Break him to Namazu, and
you
Namazu
mean-
like sells him stuff.
I don't know if you had a similar vibe, but when this like aircraft was like making its way in, it looked like it was about to fall apart. Like it was struggling. It's struggling more than Rooster when Rooster is like, you know, like impeded by things. Like this ship barely made it to the sea. Like barely docked.
Look, they don't often use this kind of stuff. What is that? Is that part of the base? Oh yeah, there's a ship park there.
Maxim. I've read much about the architecture and geology of Doma. Words don't do it justice. Saki.
Is he he looks like what's his name? From Final Fantasy 15.
The brother?
Brother? Ignis. There,
Yeah,
Ignis.
yeah, he's one of the, Ignis. It's one
It's
of
not
the
the brother. It's...
No, yeah, they're brothers, okay? The boy band, they're brothers.
Okay.
Such scenes of devastation greeted us on our journey here. the bitter wages of war. Yeah. Upon disembarking, we'll proceed directly to my hall, where you may enjoy some privacy.
Do you have a hall? Like, do we have a residence?
No, yeah, sorry, the thingy, the thing. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Remember, like this guy here, the Docks Ferry Skipper, he takes us there. Remember, that's where we had like the gathering. It's like an instanced area.
The speech?
Yeah, the speech.
Okay. Lord Hien and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side.
Speak to the boatman.
Ah, the boatman. What's his name? That's the enclave. There you go.
Yeah. It's the city that's like in ruin, but here it's instant. So
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say,
they're
is it like
rebuilding
ruined?
They're rebuilding it.
Okay.
I don't think can we see each other?
I doubt it.
Are you still letting? Yeah, we can see each other.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, they're rebuilding it, like in the process.
Okay. So it's like firmament, kind of.
Kind of. Are we gonna tune? Oh, this is like a little quest hub. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go, like firmament.
Because Akura and the Shazenkai hold the purse strings around here, it seems. Time will tell if we were right to place our trust in them. They have the Kojin here as well. It would be nice if this wasn't an instance. Like, it'd be nice if this was just out in the open.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. It's going fishing. Ah. He is fishing with no line. Oh, no, there's a line. See? It's like 1 pixel of a line.
This is nice, assuming that this area progresses over time. Which it should. Like, that's why it's like when it comes to a technical thing, it is easier to construct an isolated area like this that builds up over time, as opposed to having it out in the open. Like, that's why this area exists, because they do intend to change it over time.
Ah. It's a big call.
Oh, we can mount. Okay, thank God. Jesus. Wasn't sure.
Oh, look, they have a garden and everything.
Yeah, I have a nice little garden. Nice. Did we attune to the crystal here?
Yes. Oh, they're kids.
Oh, look,
No,
it's
wait,
the wolf
Alfido, why? Hold on, why is Alfido and Alisa so small?
Yeah, they're tiny.
Hold they, this is not their normal size. They're smaller. I'm not crazy, right?
No, yeah, they're usually bigger than this.
What happened?
Salko is dueling someone. This area looks nice.
Ah, that's a fancy bridge.
Ah. The gazebo. go. Get you into all the shards.
Okay.
This is the enclaved Demesne, which is still under construction. Oh, we have rice paddy fields. Ah. I need to speak to the
looks
farmer.
nice.
Yeah. It's
What
formidable.
does he say?
Took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but finally we cleared away all the rubble. I wonder if the Shazenkai would let us use this as farmland. I don't know who the Shazenkai are. I know that they're in charge of the money, I guess, but... Hello, Osaka. Just exploring.
How did the match go?
Oh yes, did you banish them to the Shadow Realm?
Uh-huh.
Is the summoning bell here as well?
Oh.
No market board though, just a summoning bell.
I got it thrown twice, so I gave up. Oh.
Yamagi.
Mr. Stack, you honor us with your presence.
What do you do here?
My name is Yumogi, and as for what I do, well, when our family still had our stall, I helped my parents sell dango. But those days are gone. The markets once rivaled those of Kugane. You could buy anything, even Hanish spices. It will take many years of hard work before it even begins to approach its former glory, but we will do what we must.
What kind of place is this?
The Enclave, Enclave? Enclave, was once a center of culture and commerce. Merchants and artisans from all across Yanjia came here to live and work, but that all ended a year ago. After crushing the rebellion, Xenos made an example of the Enclave, and we who survived were forced to live in the ruins. Monzen suffered a similar fate, though unlike the Enclave, none were allowed to remain. But those dark days are finally behind us. Now that our homeland has been freed from Garlean rule, we can begin rebuilding in earnest. Is it not wonderful?
It's a donation basket. What?
Is it like another delivery?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Kozakura.
Do you want to talk to her?
Kozakura is working like a woman possessed.
Oh my god. Oh, Mielika! It is a rare honor indeed to receive heroes such as you. Pray allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kozakura, and I manage the accounts of the Shazenkai. Oh, but you must be familiar with our organization. Forgive me. At present, we are largely concerned with facilitating the reconstruction and revitalization of the Enclave. Needless to say, we have our work cut out for us. It's quite fortuitous, actually, you being here. I'd mind to petition your assistance.
It's like, we need lumber. So we asked the hero to just give us some lumber. It's like, okay.
Yes. Right you are. It's rather difficult to converse while staring at one's feet. And you would doubtless benefit from an explanation. As you may know, the Enclave was once the economic and cultural center of Doma. Alas, it suffered terrible devastation at the hands of the Empire, both during and following the failed rebellion of yesteryear.
It was not their intention.
No. That it and other ruins might stand as testament to the folly of resistance. Extensive reconstruction was forbidden by the Imperial Viceroy. Of course, that is no longer a concern. At long last, we are free to rebuild the Enclave, to restore the heart of our once great nation, and show the world that Doma lives on. But, as I said before, we have our work cut out for us. We have limited funds and material resources, not to mention lack of skilled craftsmen. Oh boy, do I have some skilled craftsmen for you. They're these little people that look like fish.
They are fish.
There's a lot of them
They
here.
are fish, yeah. Yeah.
Which brings me back to the matter I wish to discuss with you. That of our brothers and sisters in Eorzea, the refugees that settled in Revenant's Toll. I am given to understand that they have worked closely with the local leadership to build and maintain much of the settlement. Many knew trades before they left, and those that did not doubtless learned that they might earn their keep. If they were to return home and aid us in the reconstruction effort, it would be a tremendous boon. Would you be willing to speak with them on our behalf? Hold on, wasn't someone already doing that? I believe someone was already sent to speak with people in Mordona.
Yeah, that was something that happened, yeah. Ah, right. Taking an interest in the Shazenkai.
Aren't you busy?
Well, this seems as good a time as any to discuss the matter. I'm grateful beyond measure to you and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn for welcoming Yugiri and my people in their hour of need. As the beneficiaries of this kindness, they have made every effort to repay you and the people of Revenant's Toll. Nevertheless, we here bear a responsibility as well. Kozakura, if you would be so kind.
Yes, my lord.
We will send them a considerable gift as a gesture of gratitude and goodwill. However, I would like that missive to be delivered to the Adventurers Guild representative in advance. If you were to personally hand it to the man, I'd be honored. Excellent. I knew I could count on you, my friend. Pardon my interruption, Kozakura. I look forward to seeing your progress.
Oh dear. I hope we don't disappoint him. Anyway, I'll not keep you. Thank you again for the assistance, and safe travels. Lord Hien's request takes precedence, of course, but perhaps you can use it as an opportunity to broach the subject of the refugees' return?
This is a really weird kind of like story beat. It's different to what's happening with Alamigo, right? It's like the thing about the Alamigan refugees is that they, because of the current place that is Ul'dah, they remained like with refugee status, and we get the impression that there's nothing for them in Ul'dah. Like they're there, but like they're like a
they were
massive.
just there in camps.
Yeah, there's like massive refugee encampments, and there's like a bunch of unemployment, and that they're barely alive. Basically, you get the idea that they're not in good living conditions.
Yeah, they're like borderline poverty, just
exactly
literally eating dirt.
They're in the slums, right? So the idea of them returning to their native homeland makes sense. Whereas the difference between them and the Doman refugees is that the Doman refugees, they built up a town, right? They built up Revenant's Toll, and they themselves like are now part of the community there, and they're like they kind of earned their own keep, and like they've been able to establish themselves as almost like citizens of Eorzea, I would say. They made like their own village of sorts. Yeah. It's not the same kind of like quote unquote refugee status. So the idea of going to them and having them go back, it makes sense for them to want to return to Doma to help, but it still feels kind of weird, the idea of having them leave Revenant's Toll. I will see what happens. Like I would say a nice compromise would be that they agree to come back to like help rebuild the place, but maybe not move there permanently. Like we'll see. We'll see. Like it's.
I mean, to be
it's a little bit
fair,
different.
they only been there like a year or something.
I
know?
guess. Yeah.
Like it's not supposed to be that long of a time.
Maybe they'll just leave. It just feels weird because it felt pretty important that Mordona was being built up as a hub the way that it
Yeah,
was.
and yeah, like they specifically said that like they're building like a settlement basically there.
Yeah.
Like they're actually like organizing their life there. Like it wasn't like, oh, you know, they were like taken into the homes of like people who were there. Like they were actually establishing themselves. in
Yeah,
the
like
place.
you don't get the sense that was a temporary thing. Like you get the sense that was like a more permanent thing. So we'll see. See. Chickadee.
Lord Hien has requested that Master Alfino and Mistress Alice also be present at the negotiation.
Oh yeah, sorry, we just completely ignored them. Let's go. We should
Why do
talk
they
to
look
them.
like children? I am so confused. I think,
I think
is the
it's-
guy really that towering?
Yeah, look, it's because compared to us, they look like real, like normal size.
Yeah.
It's just perspective
Why-
because the
why is he
Wolfman
so
is like
big?
is massive. Hakoto.
It's messing up with my eyes.
Thanks to Master Alfino and Mistress Alice's assurances, the people are reacting calmly to Imperial presence. Okay, Alice.
The residents took the news of the Imperial delegation well enough. It should be business as usual.
So it's to be a peace negotiation. I'm curious to see what the ambassador brings to the discussion table.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Let's go. Yen. There you are, Light. So, first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of my countrymen, of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an Aetheryte now, courtesy of the Inishishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light's seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. So again, this confirms that, like, regular people can use Ethernets. Like, this,
Yeah.
we already knew this. You can just teleport everywhere, anywhere you want.
Unless you are Thancred, then you can.
Apparently, yes.
But yes, that was a big deal because apparently everybody can do that.
Yeah, this confirms that. This confirms, like, you just teleport around. What are link pearls again?
How?
What a-
How do they explain the fact that you have to pay to teleport? Like, does the crystal like just pull the money out of your pocket as you like disappear into ether?
Don't worry about it.
Huh?
But, on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Adosia and Doma stand united. I'm not normally one to hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and you should feel uneasy, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alfino and Alice will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come.
Look imposing. Sure,
I'll be
I
there.
can do that.
I knew I could count on you. When you're ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kenkan. The guardsman will see you in. Is it humble?
No, I think it's humble.
This big house? This is humble?
Yeah, I think there's like no furniture there. Like, I think it's just walls. Remember how Liz invited people and they just sat on the ground?
Sure. But Heaton's expecting you. May I show you in? Give us the voice acting. No, but this makes more sense. To be fair, this makes more sense, okay? Because of the culture, like, to sit like this is fine. This is different, unironically. Do you think the writers didn't know the difference?
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
Oh my god. Did they not realize the difference? We'll get into it later.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
I like this. I like it. It's good.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory.
Huh?
While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
I guess because they made Doma so small, I think the Kojin are the only one that have done summoning, and even then it was only the red Kojin as well. True, true.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed. Many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
This is kind of true, but also not. If you remember, God, what are they called? The Allegan. But like the Organization 13, like those guys, like they were also, if you remember, they were also intentionally feeding crystals to the beast tribes to have them summon, right? So there was some other like foul play there, but sure, broadly, I guess, true, kind of.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates.
Optimus Prime. Okay, let's go.
Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe, and I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
Okay, what if you don't?
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind,
True.
How can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange.
Who do they have? Who do the Garleans have?
Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict.
Okay, just a general prisoner, okay. Like, there's no specific name, except for the sister.
Naturally, any exchange would include the acting viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Doma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
This just reminded me. We'll get into it
You
after.
have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Hello.
So what I will say, because we've been doing a lot of runs, I don't hate this development. I think
this
it's
is
a
good.
fine development.
No, yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
good. This is good.
yeah.
I agree. I think this is the
Like,
best so far. This is like the high point of this patch.
Yeah, I like what I really like. I like the conversation where like they both
Agree.
like they both know that it's like a political game.
Yep.
Like, and neither of them is like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like none of them like is like too trusting, but they also like not rejecting the offer. Like they're playing it like a political game,
Yeah, I
which is interesting.
personally, I liked what they gave to Hien. Like Hien, he had a lot of really
Yes.
smart responses.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that was I think he was well written here. I think they gave him some props. They made him smart. Like they he had lines
Yes.
like, "Hey, look,
I
if there
like
if
his
there are two
responses,
like
yeah.
opposing parties, like, hey, even if we do agree to something, like, how do we know that it even matters, right? Like, if there's even conflict amongst the empire, like lines like that, which have thought behind them, which makes sense. Like there was like
Yeah.
3 different lines like that, which I
Yeah.
really enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that because they could easily like make him just be like well more like trusting or like denying everything like
Yeah.
but like he seemed like very like as you said like he was just thinking things through and like being very careful about like what he's stepping on kind of thing.
Yeah. Or like the line where they're like, hey, keep the Kojin in check, and he's like, hey, the Kojin were fine until like the Empire attacked.
Yes.
Like it's only like retaliatory as to like how they act and stuff like that. Like.
But on the same note though, like you also have Asahi acknowledging that. It's
That was good.
What's happening.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't denying it.
Like I think what was really interesting about this scene was that this is the first time that we've actually had open like dialogue with the Empire. That's never happened before. We had interactions with them, but it's always been like with the conflict, right? It's always been like, you know, us
Yeah,
like
I mean,
fighting
or
them.
like a singular person who like ran away or something.
Yeah, which doesn't really count, right? Like you can sure we've like spoken to like Nero and stuff, but like that's more personal, like with what
I
he
mean,
has to
Sid is
say.
Gallian.
Yeah, and even even his stuff is a little bit more personal. Like this is more like political, and it's like world building, right? The idea that like there's a party in the Garlean Empire that's like pushing for peace. Like there's
we're
another
finally
party.
learning something about the Empire as a country.
Yeah, exactly. Like this was good. This was nice. This is a high point of the patch right now. Like,
Yeah, this was a really good conversation. I
Yeah,
liked it.
it was good.
Like, again, because it seemed very like everybody was like using their brains to put it that way.
yes, everyone was using their brains. Also,
And they were like just having a calm conversations about
yeah,
it as well.
exactly. It was good. I liked it. I don't think I have anything negative to say necessarily. I say
mean,
that.
There was one fishy thing that Asahi said
Huh.
that kind of like threw me off. Where like when they talk about the prisoner exchange, like, oh yeah, like you of course gonna give us Azula back. It's like, I will be happy to have my sister back. I'm like, do you even know her?
Yeah, the problem is that we still don't really know their relationship, right? Like we don't know what's happening there.
Like,
but-
regardless of the relationship, like as far as we know, she was sold when he was still a child, probably. So they probably barely like know each other.
Yeah.
Unless they like unless they like met each other as she was like made the viceroy.
Mhm.
But I don't even know if that would happen if he was like in Garlemald proper.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't even know how much he even knows about her.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like there's like potential for I say potential, like they may reveal that he obviously has no love for his sister and like the only purpose of getting her back is
That's why the line was
because
fishy.
she's
Like,
like-
oh, I'm gonna be good. I'm glad
Yeah.
to like have my sister back. Like, do you
yeah,
care?
like for all he knows, like he plans on killing his sister. Like we don't know. Like and he doesn't care. Like not like in a malicious way, but more like in a like, you know,
Yeah, but like
clinical
she's
way.
a stranger to him.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. It feels like that's probably where the story is headed, but we don't yet know. But that would make sense, right? It would make sense if like he has no feelings for his sister. I was gonna say that like when we made the joke about there's not being anything inside and we pan in and they're all sitting down, immediately I was like, do the writers not understand the difference? Because here it's fine, right? Because of their culture and because of the setting.
I mean,
like to be sitting down like this,
Okay, hold
like
on.
this makes sense in
Hold
my
on.
mind.
I would argue in a proper like Eastern kind of setting, they
Yeah.
would still have pillows to sit.
I agree. The one thing that we're missing is pillows.
Like they
No,
should have pillows.
Yes, that's the only thing that's missing is that
I mean,
pillows to sit on.
I guess you can argue that like this is like ruins, so I guess they don't have like, you know, fancy
Nah,
stuff.
they got pillows.
But,
They got pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
They
but-
have all these decorations. They must have some.
that's the
pillows.
thing. Like aside from pillows, like this makes sense. Like this is fitting, and
Mm-hmm.
it almost makes you think like, did the writers not realize that there's a difference between like the Doma culture and like the Alamican culture? Like, did they think that this was? Did they think that this was the same thing? Because it's not. Like, this is not the same thing. Like, this is not. Like, there's a reason why the scene in Alamigo was more jarring and more stupid and more silly.
Especially as they sat in a throne room.
Yes, as opposed to here, where this is again more cultural. This is more humble as well. Like even he said it. Like this is more down to earth. Like this makes more sense for like negotiation purposes, as opposed to
Yeah, and it
in
was,
the
like,
other region where they're
less-
like trying to like govern the nation, you know, and come.
Yeah, and
to,
also
like,
this was
decisions.
like less official in a way, as in that this was not like a planned meeting.
Yeah.
Like in Alamigo, they like invited people and
Yeah,
like were like
the
preparing for a
palace.
meeting. Here
Yeah.
it was like, well, the guy just showed up, so I guess let's go to this place. You know?
Exactly. Like both scenes are like leaders like coming together to discuss something, but again they're both very different, and there's a reason why this works and the other one doesn't. But I wonder if whoever constructed this understands that, because in my mind, because they keep trying to make parallels between the two nations.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's what they were thinking in their mind, and that's why they had them sit on the ground, because they're like, oh, but the other people are sitting on the ground, so we'll make everyone sit on the ground. But like that's not how it works. Like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's like a lack of understanding there for whoever
Like,
made that decision.
I can't stop thinking about like Liz telling everybody to sit on the ground, and
Yeah.
then we see the old man like try to
So he's like,
sit down, and then they have to like help him up.
yeah. Like
have the writers do the writers have like older people in their family to like know what it looks like?
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like seeing this scene now, it makes now I have a reason. Now it makes sense that like someone made the decision because they did this scene. That in their brain they probably thought, oh, we'll just have them all sit down in Alamigo as well to make it to like mirror what's happening here. And they didn't think anything else of it. Like there was like a lacking of understanding there, at least in my mind. Like that, it makes sense that decision was made. Now that we see this,
at least now we're getting something interesting though.
Yeah. This is good. It's good.
Like, generally interesting stuff because it's like, as we said, it's more world building than like personal.
Yeah, exactly. It's more world building. It's smart. Like they're giving props to Hien. You know, that's good. That's good. Okay. Gotta say
that the Empire should send Yotsuyu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels. A son of Doma returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out.
The fact that there are two opposing factions at work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? Right, I was about to say as well that they did leave out something, which I guess it makes sense for the purposes of this conversation, where I think there's a line where he looks to Afino and being like, oh yeah, like Adosia, I guess, has some similarities there when it comes to like their beast tribes and the rising of icons. It's like kind of, it's more complicated because of the, what are they called? Because there's a separate organization that it was specifically funneling crystals to the beast tribes. You know, the guys with the masks in like black robes.
Ashians.
Yeah, the Ashians. Yeah, so it's a little bit different because they were like, because Alphinaud almost implied that like, oh yeah, it's only because the Garleans that like they're pushing the beast tribes to summon the icons,
well,
and it's their
not
fault.
Just Garleans. He just said in general that because people are being pushed, because sometimes it was because like, you know, not Garleans but like Yorzian forces.
Yeah, but like for the, like it's a little bit different just because the Ashians have been there and they've been intentionally like stoking the flames.
There was someone else motivating.
Yeah, exactly. So it's different, and that was left out. But like at the same time, they don't have to mention them, right? They don't have to tell. The
like again, this is like a political game. You don't say anything that you know you wouldn't want to.
I think that's something else that's interesting that I just realized, and I don't know if it's intentional or not. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the Ashians have been involved at all this expansion, right?
No.
At all? Yeah.
No. We have not seen any Ashians.
No, but we did see Ilbert that one time.
Who?
What's his name? Who the Zhu Dragoon? Estinian?
Oh, Estinian.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I decided to do that. Anyway, Hakudo.
He's too far away.
Whatever Lord Hien's decision should be, I shall abide by it. Yet, I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, because the Wolfmen, they all got conscripted. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Specifically the Wolfmen, if you remember. Okay. Well, that was unexpected.
You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted?
They had naught to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. I would push for a sign of goodwill. I would push for something to prove that what they say has any value first before a prisoner exchange. Right? Like that would make sense, right? Because they just attacked the Confederacy. Like yeah. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Could be. Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been their acting viceroy, but she is not Gallian, nor even highborn, Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. But she has brain damage. So she
So she doesn't know anything.
yeah, but they don't know that. To be fair, they
Wait.
don't know that. Yeah.
They don't know that, but also like Guardians have played with Echo. I'm sure they can extract memories at this
Sure,
point.
they can like hack her brain.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Afino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. This feels so Star Trek.
Yeah.
I like it. You know what? You know what would be crazy? You know what would be crazy? Girl, you know what would be crazy? If we're having a conversation with God, what's her name? Ysael? No. What's her new name? Liz. If we're having a conversation with Liz,
And she asks people for opinion.
and she asks Raoban for his opinion on something, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if a leader asked for advice or asked for someone else to, like, you know, give their opinion and give their thought and input. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
This has never happened with Liz.
No, that is actually genuinely crazy that like they put the stark contrast of Hien actually doing a good job.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, to be fair,
only the same expansion.
it is, but this is the next patch. To be fair, like this is the patch after, like the Alamegan patch was separate to this patch, so different team, or they learn from the previous patch onto this one. But like he's actually asking for other people's input. This Alice would never. Sorry, Liz would never. Liz, the other one.
Yeah, like that's exactly what Liz was supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
she just
never did. She never did. Yeah, it's crazy. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed. Though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in Imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. But, ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears.
I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Mirika. Let's leave Alfino to dispense his copious knowledge. But I want to listen to Alfino.
Yeah, this is
Excuse
interesting.
me?
Like, I want to, yeah.
I'm interested.
Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alice company. We are safe enough for now.
Only because you said it. I want to listen.
I agree. Like, this is so. I'm torn. On the one hand, I think it's interesting to hear them have this conversation, and I think we should be here for it. At the same time, it feels like they finally want to give Alice something to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels like a kind of like, you know, like a wink from Alfino, like maybe you should talk to her because, you know, she's like,
because she has done nothing this expansion. It's like, but you know what? Maybe we should spend some time with the character.
I mean, like in story. Like I don't mean like on like the technical, but like in story, it kind of feels like Alfino is giving like a little bit of a note, like maybe you should like go talk to her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like considering how much everyone in the story seems to value our input, I feel like it's kind of important for us to have the knowledge.
I would say that this quest line does a disservice to Alice just because we could still be here and just have Alice have some input. Like, why was she here? Like, so far in this quest line, she keeps tagging along, but she's done nothing. She's said nothing. They just keep sidelining her. Like,
she's constantly being sent off.
Yeah, like have her speak up and have her have some input and have the conversation continue with her here. Like that's all they need to do. But they just choose to shoo her away, and I guess they want to They still want to hammer her, like, winding it back, talking about the character itself, it feels like they still want to hammer home that she's not diplomatic and that she's more of a fighter. Yeah. Whereas I believe the goal of this expansion should have been to have made her more political, to have given her the opportunity to be in Alphinaud's role. Or if you remember, the goal was to like maybe even make her understand what Alphinaud goes through and respect him a little bit more because they're different.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think she should go political because I don't think she like enjoys that. But I feel like it would be good to make her respected as a side. Like she doesn't have to like take part in it if she's not interested. But I feel like it would be nice if she like respected what Alphinaud is doing.
Yeah, or even just have her have a different perspective and a different approach to things, where she could also speak up and she could have like a different solution from her kind of approach to things, right? Where maybe she is a little bit more active or more aggressive when it comes to her stance on things. That doesn't mean that we have to do what she says, but like she can also bring that to the table to have a bit back and forth discussion as to what the best move is the best approach is moving forward, right? Like they can still have that and still have that moment for her as well, but they just refuse to do that this expansion. They just shy away from that every time. It's a waste. What's happening?
I mean, hopefully this is the beginning of something.
Yeah, hopefully. This is the first time in a while that we're giving her attention, so that's a good thing. We'll see what they do with it. Happy. Worry not, Lights. We shall take care of the rest. Go on and keep Alice company. Ian. You've more than earned a rest, my friend. Leave the interminable bits to us. Akuro. Same dialogue. Yeah, same. Also, random NPC that has no name.
Yeah, why does he have no name? Come on.
Couldn't have just had someone else. They couldn't have you like Yugiri here or something. Like,
I agree, left though.
I mean, they didn't have to have her leave. She could have just been there. Alright, Alistair.
A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Mielika. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word, and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So, we're left with the eternal question. What do we do while they prattle on?
You know what? It would be cool. Okay. Fanfic time. All right.
Okay.
We've gotten up to this point. She has that. It was a good line. I liked it. She's like, "Look, you know, I'm not built for this, right? Or like, you know, keeping my cool, calm, collected head, you know, and having these negotiations and discussions and you know, all this stuff. Good at other things. All right. How can we help? Well, what was the issue here? What was the big issue that we didn't know? One was whether or not the Empire would follow through with their promises. But two, something that was really interesting that I liked that Ian pointed out. He said that like because of how he mentioned his sister, it felt like this could just be an empty promise just to get his sister, right? Like it felt like that might be the goal here, is that that's all they really care about because of what she knows. Now it's Alice's opportunity to maybe find that out, right? Maybe from here we can try to find out their relationship between brother and sister, or try to like interrogate or infiltrate to find out the true purpose and the true goal from the Empire and from this sect of the Empire. Like this is where she takes things into her own hands, and this is where you have like the Hanzo Danjo thing, like the like Naruto kind of like not stereotype, but like the story beat that they have, which is you have Alphinaud, who's like the politician, and then you have Alice, who's willing to do things like maybe quote unquote like behind the scenes that work more towards her strengths to like help him, but in her own way, right? Like that's like
basically she would give him information.
Yes, exactly. right? Where maybe she doesn't have, maybe she can't maybe make the best use of it, but she can provide that information to Alfino so he can make a better decision. Like this is how you use the character of Alice. I would say, I would want, but we'll see. But they can have her do something interesting here. Alice is pondering how best to make use of your reprieve from the tedium of negotiations.
All right. For want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people here are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Mirika, a moment, if you would. Ah, Yugiri. And Asahi, was it? You have some business with Mirika?
Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. Ah.
What?
I've been trained by Godbert. Sit down.
Oh.
Let me massage
Sit down,
you.
the oil is ready.
No. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Edosia. It is truly an honor.
Such a heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire.
Oh? Is that so strange? We have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. Unless you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue. As we speak, Lord Hian deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides.
The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? I mean, we were gonna go on a trip with Alice.
Yeah, and it would be my pleasure.
We're kinda busy. We actually have plans.
Yeah, it would be my pleasure.
So, okay, let's do it. In that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma.
It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yanxia. Might we start at the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma's castle.
Very well, if you will follow me.
I wish there was a little bit more tact here. Obviously this can still happen, but I like the idea more of Alice, say, being a little bit more cunning, like with the idea of like extracting information, like the way that she spoke about it. She's like, oh yeah, like we're gonna go anyway, like sure, let's go. Like the idea of her understanding that like this is an opportunity to like find out a little bit more about our enemy. Yes, exactly. Like that's what I want out of both Yugiri and Alice. Like I love the idea of the, again, fanfiction time, where Alice is like, sure, yeah, we'll show you around. And then like maybe there's a brief conversation, or maybe there's like a knowing look, and Yugiri doesn't come with us because she's a shinobi. Like she's meant to be like hidden in the shadows and stuff, and then she can like follow us or do her own thing, like a little bit more subterfuge, like a little bit more subtlety from Yugiri, and there can be a lot going on here with us escorting the ambassador, right? Also, very quickly, I don't know if you just caught on to what I said, because I was thinking this during the cutscene as well, is this is an ambassador. Remember, we're all the ambassadors? Kugane. Like, like.
Oh, true.
Would it not make sense for the meeting between these two people be on neutral territory and be over in Kugane instead? Like, just because that's meant to be where all the ambassadors are, and that's what Kugane is meant to be as a city, is meant to be like a neutral like territory. Like,
true.
It's like, this is another missed opportunity. Like, sure, it's nice to be here and it's nice to have this little hub, but we didn't have to use this for the dialogue that just happened, because it would make more sense to use the established city that is meant to be used for that sort of thing. Like, that's meant to be where neutral parties meet, where ambassadors meet to discuss this sort of thing.
The thing is, Hien would probably not go to Kugane though.
Why not?
Because he's busy. Like, I doubt he wants to leave Doma.
I would say when it comes to negotiating peace for his people, he would go there. Like, this is important enough for him to go there. I just bring this up just because of how underutilized Kugane is, and it's like this would be an opportunity to use that city, because that's what it's meant for, is for negotiating, is for these parties to meet. So like, why are we not using it? I'm still upset that they've just completely just ignored that city for what it is and for what it's meant to be, and just not used it for its purpose yet. This would have been a chance to do it. Let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
No idea. Okay, we're going to the House of the Fierce.
Cool.
Hoping you got that teleport. Don't massage Asahi.
Yeah, Soko says he doesn't like Asaki.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see who he is. Yeah. We'll find. I mean, I guess we'll find out on this trip who he is. Hopefully.
Let's see.
I admit, I was hoping for a more leisurely trip around Yansha. But if it's a choice between this or listening to my brother rambling on, well, here I am. Would that something could be done about these mechanical soldiers?
Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. Should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think that such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course.
Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins.
What do you think, Oppa?
What do you think about the bouncy heads? I don't know.
Like, it would be more interesting if what they're talking about follows through. Like, it would be vastly more interesting for Doma if they do negotiate peace with the Empire, especially because that puts us in a really awkward position as well, because if we're allied with Doma and they're allied with the Garleans, like that's
and allied with yours,
yeah, like that's what I mean. Like there's a lot, like everything becomes a little bit more complex there, which more complexity makes things more interesting when it comes to how these nations operate with each other. But part of me is a little bit cynical in saying that I don't know if the riders of Stormblood are gonna be able to pull that off. Like the easy thing is like Zuko, this is all just pretense for killing his sister. Like this is all just a just a charade, just to kill his sister, just to get his sister and to kill her for what she knows. Like
see. Here's the thing.
In my mind, that's like the easy way out.
Yeah, but in my mind, that would be like the most lame solution.
It is the most lame solution. But that's what I mean. Like I have no faith in the writers of Stormblood. Like I feel like that's like that's what I mean. That's the easy. That's like the less interesting kind of like end for that character arc.
I will say I do feel a little bit weird about the way he speaks, where he's always like very like, oh, this shouldn't be happening. Oh, we should be like, oh, please. Like it feels a bit like too idealistic. But at the same time, he seems like a teenager still, so they could write him idealistic just because like he's like still young. So he doesn't know
but that's the thing. Like if he really is that
way.
idealistic and he really does want to do these things, then that makes him more interesting, right? Like that because
I agree.
Yeah, like that makes for a better character. So do I? But the problem is I don't have faith that they can write a good character right now. So I don't like right now, like just because of the track record of Stormblood. So that's why I'm still on the fence that I still feel like they're probably just gonna want him to kill his sister, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So.
It would be nice if they made him like a better character.
It would be nice. It would be, yes, I agree.
Like even if like they go the way where like, you know, he like has all this information, like he has like genuine goodwill, but like you know, he doesn't have enough power to actually make anything happen. Like it would still work out.
I think the other thing that they could do, which I could see them doing, like I could see them going the lazy bad route of just having him turn and having everything be false and he kills his sister. But the other thing I could see him doing, which is slightly better, but still not what I would want, but I would think is better than that, is that everything goes through. He gets his sister. He agrees on all these things, and then the opposing party kills him. The opposing the pure blood Garlean party, like they end up like turning on this party, and then there's like inner conflict, and they end up killing like this faction of Garleans. So then the peace never goes through, right? Because they lose.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
either killing them or like exiling them or something, like just making
killing
them
or
lose
capturing
all
him,
their like stand.
or yeah. Like I can see. I would say that would be better than just having him kill his sister. It's still not ideal because that's less interesting, but like I can see them going for that route as well.
I mean, it's less easy, but like it kind of shows like, you know, the actual conflict within the empire itself. So I would still argue it is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, but like it's not as interesting as just having them, you know, actually be at peace with Doma, and then having to wrestle with that idea of maybe there's like an alternate, maybe peace is an option for Eorzea with the Garlean Empire, like having that actually be like on the table, right? Okay, and having the Garlean Empire start to like shift their approach of conquering the world with like negotiating and creating alliances instead of just like, you know, iron fist like take over
here's
everything.
the thing, they seem to emphasize that like the entire goal of Garlemald is actually like getting rid of icons, which is something we have not talked about for a while. I feel like. Like I feel like this hasn't been talked about almost since like Realm Reborn.
Yeah, well, it hasn't, right? Because Heaven's Ward was focusing on something else entirely, right? Like the Garleans took a step back in Heaven's Ward. So I agree. It's been a while since we like focus on this. It's interesting, I'll say.
I don't believe for one moment that he came to see the sides of Yansha. The question, what did he come from?
His sister. Kitty.
Lord Hien would often come here to gaze at the castle. He was but one of many to take inspiration from its majesty.
It's a travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame.
It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives.
Spoken like a true popularis. The needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken.
By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. Ah, it's the Namazu.
Ah. So I don't like
They're
this
fighting.
green apple energy drink I told you about machines ago. It's like grainy.
Oh no.
Stop drinking it.
Oh no.
Ah, no.
Oh, it's so bad. I mean, we all have something like that, okay?
Okay, you're giddy.
It has been some time since I last visited Namai. Yet Ise often visits the enclave with young Azami, so we do not want for news from the village. This Chug is right.
Yeah, just look at his face. It's so punchable. I judge characters based on their actions. There's a reason why Liz is a failure of a character. Like, she's pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
Liz is pretty, but yeah.
she has a pretty face. That means nothing for the character itself of Liz.
This excursion has proved to be more relaxing than I expected. Ah, thank you for the foreshadowing.
Ready to cast off? We might have to disband the party.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to cast off.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Gonna fight the Kojin.
Uh-huh. Maybe. Or people in Namai.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Do we have a terrorist attack?
Someone's in trouble.
And unmute. Oh, it's the guy. And it is the Kojin. Oh, there you go. It's the big brother.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
You giddy. And you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
No back and forth dialogue? Okay. That's, I was hoping for the Kojin to say something. I'm hoping that this is the correct thing to do, by the way, is kill all the ads.
Leave this to me.
Okay.
The art of my forebears.
Stack up. I like this new rotation for the Gunbreaker. Like, for level 70 we unlocked this thing. Continuation. It's nice. It makes the flow well.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
I think we already know who this person is, though, right? They say. He's the big brother. It's like, we know you. We requested for you.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
This explanation doesn't satisfy me. I need to retry Gunbreaker someday. I've not touched it in a long time. I specifically, the skill that I just learned for level 70 makes for a really nice rotation. It's very fluid. More so than Warrior or Paladin or... Yeah, Warrior or Paladin or Dark Knight so far. At least at level 70. Obviously, take everything I say with a grain of salt because up to level 80, 90, 100, more abilities get added, and I would imagine that the other classes become a little bit more, fleshed out. But this, specifically for level 70, they improve the Gunbreaker a lot.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
It has to be the first option. It has to be. Not about that. True reform can only come from within. It's true. It's very true.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Thinking like that. So I guess, yeah.
I finished the cutscene. Waiting for Coppa. I think she was making her decision as well. Coppa.
Oh.
What did you think?
With what we said before, I really want Asahi to be the idealistic teenager.
Yeah. The problem is that they're
I
still...
really want that. Like like it feels like they're trying to put his like, oh, maybe he's not trustworthy, but like,
Yeah.
I really want him to be like this like, you know, maybe it's like probably like 19 at this. Let's say he's an adult, but like barely. But he's been like born, not born, but like he was like raised by the Empire essentially because he's been like schooled there for all we know. And I want him to be like that idealistic person who thinks he can change things because like that's where he has been raised and like that's what he has learned and like he's trying to do it by his own. And I want him to be that idealistic like young person. Yeah,
like again, like there is so much. But I said this when they first introduced him, right? If you remember, I said there's a lot of potential with this character. There's a lot of potential what they can do with a character like this because you can take the story in so many different ways. Like you can have it that like he tries and again there's conflict, maybe he fails, maybe things get to the point where if relationships and the relations go well enough where he becomes like our inside man, where things in the story progress in such a way where he still wants to change from within, but he needs like our help, and he would be our way into the Garlean Empire or something, where he'd be willing to like do things with us once he realizes that like the way that he's doing things like isn't really working. Like maybe the purists have a little bit maybe they gain too much power within the Empire, and then his party is getting weaker and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with the character, but I agree they keep leaving it open right now, at least, that it's all a front, because his line, right, where he said they're probably just desperate to do this, like when it comes to the Kojin, it doesn't seem very believable, and it still leaves things open to maybe they paid the Kojin off to attack them just so we can look good, right? Just so we can look good, just so we can look like he really is, you know, helping. So they pay them off to attack them just to stage all of this. Like they still leave that potential open here.
Yeah, but I feel like this is the worst option.
I know it is the worst option, but
I just feel like it would be genuinely more interesting if he was like 100% like, you know, honest, and like that was actually what was happening. Yeah, I agree 100%. It'd be more interesting. I'm not convinced yet. So far, to be fair, this is the first patch where we've actually had like some good writing. I think, unironically, I think that with the Heian conversation, with the conversation in the hut in the building, like that might have been like the best like scene of the entire expansion so far. Like, yeah, no, I
unironically, like that so far, I said like we're peaking. Like that is the peak of the expansion right now. Like that's better than anything else we've gotten. Anything with like the Gosetsu stuff, anything with like the Raban and Liz stuff. Like, oh, I say that. I still really liked Raban's speech, like when he first showed up.
True.
Like that was still like really good. So it's up there right now. Like that interaction is up there with Raban's speech, with what happened in this expansion so far. So maybe they've learned how to write, and maybe they will do something interesting with this character. And I'm hoping they do, but they're still leaving it open where they don't.
Yeah, because of the way they do, like where even like the characters are like, oh, like surely we cannot trust you, oh you must be like, because the characters are also acting like that, it gives me that feeling like oh, they're just like, you know, maybe they will turn him like bad. I'm like, that's not interesting though. Like it would be interesting if he was genuinely trying to help.
Yeah.
Because again, it's it also makes the Empire itself more interesting, because then you see that there are different factions. That like Empire isn't like just one block of people.
Yeah. All right. Nikki.
The Red Kojin's presence here does not bode well. We must inform Lord Hien.
Let's say.
Quite a swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him ambassador?
Yeah, that's a really weird thing to say.
It is.
Because what she's implying, he doesn't have a lot of experience because he would have been appointed ambassador recently. So, like, obviously, he was trained at a young age. It's really weird.
Yeah, probably he was in like academy and shit. Like he's probably like military trained. What do you mean?
Yeah, it was a very common. Asahi. Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Edosia in action. And a few Imperial soldiers can say that. And few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least, few have lived to tell the tale.
That's more accurate.
You have any new dialogue? No. Nope. Sahi has had his fill of adventure for one day. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave.
Return, my lord? But what of Namai? You seemed so eager to observe the villagers going about their lives.
To be frank, I still am. But I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in an Imperial uniform, with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. And with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished, considering my proposal for the time we return. By the time we return.
I'm just gonna point out again just how when we spoke about Yotsuyu, have those people heard of outfits? Glamours? Anything? They could have just like put a cloak on him and just make him walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have made sense if we were back in the Enclave at the beginning of this, and he's like, hey, I wanted to like go and like travel Doma and see what's happening with the citizens, and he shows up like in like regular like citizen clothes, right, to like obscure who he is,
or like ask us for stuff, like do you maybe like have something like less official that I could like visit in. Because even assuming like he was actually from a friendly nation, like people will not behave the same when they see like an official party like approaching.
For sure. Let's say.
Did you see the sincerity in his eyes when he spoke with Azami? It's strange saying this, but what if he truly has come to sue for peace?
See, this is that, yeah. See, this is where, like, what did Alice contribute to this little quest line? Nothing. Like, this is why I said earlier, like, this is where it would have been interesting if she had her own little investigation, or she had some pointed questions to probe and to figure out what his real intentions are. We didn't have any of that. Like, so, like, yes, Alice was present for this little portion of questline, but she didn't contribute to the story.
Yeah, the only question that actually bothered him was from Yugiri.
Yeah, exactly. So like, Alice may as well just not have been here, as far as I'm concerned.
Pretty much the same. Which is a shame, because again, we were supposed to spend some time with her now.
Like, so I should say, if this is the like story director's like choice of like, hey, let's give the main character some time with Alice finally, this is not satisfactory, right? Like for the character of Alice, like this does not do it. Like, we still need more time with Alice.
Yeah, we need her to actually like take part and not just be there to like say a line every now and then.
Yeah. Maxima. I understand you served as the ambassador's escort. My thanks. Saki. trust you'll inform Lord Hien of our encounter with the Red Kojin. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yanxia, our response must be swift and decisive.
But I do have to say that, like, it bothers me that they're like, oh yeah, the Kojin must have just been there, even though nobody ever has seen them here before.
That's why I said they're leaving it open that he hired them to be there, right?
Yeah, which makes it feel just very weird. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
How about you don't?
Okay.
Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch of our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Lord Hien was quite insistent that you join him. Pray go on ahead. I will keep watch over the ambassador.
Skipping ahead.
Okay.
Let's say.
Judging by the sparkle in Alfino's eyes, their discussion was riveting. How sorry I am to have missed it.
And ironically, yeah, it would have been nice to have been here.
Yeah, it would be nice to know.
Coulda. Master Alfino has shared with us his knowledge of the icons and reminded us of the threat they pose in so doing. It is strangely comforting to know the Empire shares our concern. Right, you unnamed NPC?
He's thinking.
Yes.
He's having a thought.
I was also about to say that, unfortunately, because how small they made Doma, it feels kind of weird that the Empire brought up the issue of icons when they didn't really have an issue of icons. There's not enough. Yeah, there's not enough. Like the Outer and the Azim Steppe, they don't have an icon. Maybe they should have. The Kojin, like their icon is new. Remember, their icon was summoned for the first time in like how many years because we like brought together their artifacts. Like that. That's...
Yeah, but also the Kojin icon not even like on the territory of Doma.
Yeah, true. But that's over in the Ruby Sea. There's no like fish people icon, right? Like, again, because they made everything so small, and because this is so like they decided to make the region so small, like this doesn't feel like there's much here, even when it comes to like the icon threat. Like it's kind of a weird decision that they made. Anyway, Alfino. It feels weird to be discussing the problem with icons, specifically with the dominant people, because they don't really have one. They don't really have an issue with the icons here.
And funnily enough, for contrast purposes again, Alamigo does have.
Yes. Unironically, Alamigo has a massive issue with the icons because that does feel
was like
more,
their main thing. For
because that feels more prominent. And remember, we just had a scene where they tried to have peaceful negotiations, and the leader
and then someone summoned one.
No, the leader of the snake people, the Viera? No, what are they? Ananta. She said,
Ariana.
"Hey, we'll have peace as long as you all." As long as you all praise and follow and become subjected
Alamigo has
to
problems
icons.
with that.
Yes. They literally said that they want to take over all of Alamigo, basically. Like the icon, I mean. They want everyone to follow their icon. They want everyone to kind of like bend the knee to them. Like that is a much bigger issue than what's happening with the Kojin and their icon here. Because again, like that, they were only summoned for the first time in a long time, and that was in no relation to what was really happening to like the greater like political structure of what's going on.
Doma's like Lita had nothing to do with it.
Yes. So this also feels like
not even that they didn't like provoke them. Like Lita, they were not like involved in it in any way.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. It's out of place. Right, sweet Ian.
Alfino?
Oh, what does Alfino say? I already clicked on here.
Got them. Feeling refreshed, I trust. We have considered the ramification of this proposal from every angle, and I believe Lord Hien has reached a decision.
Okay. No voice acting. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yanxia. We went to like one place.
Yeah,
I'd hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Yakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador's efforts, until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. Attacked by the Kojin.
And they were there for some reason.
The Red Kojin? Here? Have there been any other such incidents since liberation? Only one that I'm aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yanxia, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I'm indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid?
He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying.
In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador?
Here's the thing. If it was just, isolated thing, I would probably trust him, maybe. But because it's not an isolated thing, because we have all these other hints and stuff, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he may be an honorable man, but like they did not like touch at all on the fact that Kojin just appeared there, as you said, and they keep bringing it up.
What do you think?
Here's the thing, I don't know, because those are very like binary answers. Are they? Oh, he's a good guy or he's a bad guy, kind of thing. Where like I feel like he seems like a good person, but like we should keep an eye on him, kind of thing.
Yeah, there needs to be like a one in between
like
these two
ground.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't like just say, oh, he's like good or bad. Like that's not a thing.
I think the second option is the best one, right? It's the closest to be cautious.
Yeah, it's like be careful. Like he seems like a good person, but like, you should watch him.
Like I would say this implies that he still has to earn our trust.
Okay.
Which I think is fitting. So, number 2. I still don't think he can be trusted. Then the question of what is true intention may be remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least.
Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place. Which just leaves the somewhat thorny question of how to police the Red Kojin.
It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphanel's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support I'm quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. But don't you understand, we still have the extreme version to do.
True. And what of the prisoners?
They will be exchanged, as agreed. And I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is all we can do to help the Popularis garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me?
Yes, of course, but what manner of business?
Cazzetto.
Yeah.
Past mistake which I would see put right. One which has weighed heavy on my mind.
Oh, maybe something else entirely.
Voice acting?
Let's find out.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company.
Okay.
The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins.
It doesn't.
You should be at the bottom of the river.
She should. The writers didn't. They retconned it, you see.
Yet here you are. The living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember.
Tell her. This is what I wanted earlier, if you remember. We spoke about this in the previous MSQ stream. How I wanted them to be a little bit harsher with Azula, to like tell her what she did in her quote unquote previous life. They're finally doing it, I would imagine.
Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie?
Oh, the feet. We're back to the feet.
With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
Are we gonna tell her?
You ask that I show mercy.
We're just gonna ignore her?
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
This is a meta question. This is the writers wanted to reuse these characters for whatever reason.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean.
Less
I know
jovial.
his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Very quickly. So we spoke about this previously. Yotsuyu, her memories have to return in this expansion, this story. Like I feel like there's no shot that it doesn't, because the idea of this, the idea of her staying like with her lost memories and Gosetsu staying like retired, like looking after her, to me doesn't feel satisfactory as to why they even brought them back to life. Like why the writers chose to keep them alive, for what purpose, right? So like this cannot be, no shot this is like the conclusion of their characters is this kind of like scenario. Like no shot. Otherwise, why bring him back, right? Hello.
Hello. Yes, dango alert. She's apparently addicted to dangos. She has not eaten anything in the last 2 months other than dangos.
Your thoughts, Kuppa?
I don't understand Hien's plan here. Because it seemed important that Yotsuyu is part of the exchange. So how is he gonna...
You just say that. You just say that that's not Yotsuyu. That's what you have to do. You say that she is no longer Yotsuyu because she lost her memories.
Yeah, but my point is that he still has to like show to the guy that she has her.
He'll just tell him that she's no longer Yotsuyu. Like that's what I mean.
Okay, but then wouldn't that break the deal?
Maybe.
Wouldn't he not take that answer?
Depends how understanding the ambassador is, right? So I thought I was finally going to get what I wanted. I don't know if you remember the last time we played the MSQ, Guro, but if you remember the last time we played, there was a scene where Yotsuyu, I think Yugiri confronted her. But there was a scene, and I told you I wanted them to be harsher on Yotsuyu, on Azula.
And tell her what she did.
Yes, and tell her what she did, and they kind of moved on from it. So the moment where Hien drew his blade on her, and she even told him, by the way, she asked, she's like, "What did I do?" I was like, finally they're gonna have this confrontation and they're gonna tell her what she did, and then they just ignore her. They just ignore her and they just move on. I'm like, what? Like I'm very unsatisfied with this. Like for whatever reason they want to avoid that confrontation, which is frustrating to me because I feel like it's important for the character right now.
It's frustrating, but it's also in a way it makes sense if like they're like, oh, it's like a mercy for her that she doesn't know. Those like they kind of like, you know, they don't want to like take that away from her, I guess.
No, I think it's cheap. Like I think because the problem is that if they tell her, in my mind, if they tell her, she then has the autonomy to like make the decision to give herself up.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And it feels like the writers,
I mean, to be fair, if she's like childlike, that she doesn't really like, you know.
But like it's something that Gosetsu would have to confront,
Yeah.
right? Like if you tell her what she did and she says, I can't believe that I did that, but if I did,
Yeah, but also
then I'm gonna give myself up. If she makes that decision, then we have to respect it, I would imagine, or something like that. But like,
but also also if they like are trying to like protect you, you could also just like not get into details, but like tell her that like she was the like one responsible for like the people storm, like make it more generic so she doesn't know like all the details, but like she's aware of why people behave the way they do.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
mostly just confused.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important to establish that. Like I think your position to that was you were saying like, oh, she's like acting, she her brain is like a baby, like she doesn't do anything. But like she can formulate thoughts, so she can say things. Like she said there that she wants to know. So clearly, like
she's way more aware.
Yeah,
in this specific topic.
Yeah, so like she can have the understanding of you know the impact of what she did. Like so you can have a conversation here. She's not a fucking baby, right? She's not that brain damaged. But the problem is that it feels like they don't want to do that because then they can keep her locked away like this. Like they can keep her with Gosetsu. They don't have to challenge themselves writing wise with the idea that she would want to, you know, repent, or she would want to give herself up willingly, even if she doesn't remember doing these things, knowing that she did these things. Like she might be like quote unquote innocent enough to be like, then like, give me up, right? Like give me up, like I deserve it or something like that. Like I hurt all these people, but they don't want to do that, right? The writers, they don't want to give her up, which is a shame that they're not challenging, they're not having any kind of challenging moment for her or for the character, which feels like a waste. I was about to say that I think Hien had a line where he said he was like, oh, Gosetsu, he looks like he can't even like lift his sword. Maybe they're just gonna live out their days and retire by themselves, the two of them. I'm like, if that's the case, why bring them back from the dead? Like why did we decide to write for these characters to survive if we're not going to do anything with them?
Only to put them in retirement.
Yeah, like it feels like a waste. Like it feels useless. It's like, what?
I agree. If they're not to like take like a bigger part in the story itself, that like there's no point bringing them back.
Yeah, exactly. So which is why I don't think that's going to be the case, right? Which is why I still feel like Azula's memories have to come back. They have to come back. Like there has to be that conflict. There has to be that drama. And if they choose not to, then that's just bad writing, I would say. It's just a waste. Like,
yeah, that's why I think that maybe her memories come back when she sees her brother.
Maybe.
Because she would know about her brother.
Maybe. I don't know how close they were. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, not because they're close, but just because she would know of his existence. She would know who he is, and maybe they would like trigger her memories.
Maybe. But like so far, I'm very unsatisfied with what they've done with the Azula character. Like they have to do something like soon. Otherwise, like what was the point? What was the point of all this? So
actually, hold on. If she reverted to the childlike state, that would actually be even more strong argument for the brother, because she would be separated from her brother when they were children, basically. So if she like reverted to like her own childhood, that she would maybe remember him specifically because of that.
Yeah, or you could even like the problem with what they're writing right now, like there's a world where if she's gonna stay like childlike like this, the idea of Hien saying like, oh, you know, I guess you're gonna have to look after her now, Gosetsu, doesn't make any sense. Like her brother's right there. Wouldn't it make more sense to give her up to her brother and have her brother raise her, or like for her to be with her family? Like, doesn't that make more sense than being with a stranger like Gosetsu? Like what?
I mean, Gosetsu is not a total, but yeah, it makes sense, especially because like the brother is trying to convince us that like he wants to like do what's good for the people kind of thing. So like that would like be also like a proof of fate. We're like, what is he gonna do with this? Like exactly, like actually present him with this situation that like this is the state that your sister is in. Like, what are you gonna do about this?
Yeah, that's
and,
what
like,
I mean.
Test him like that. Like, what is his opinion on this?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't make any sense to hear or have the conclusion that Gosetsu is going to raise her ? When you can, where her brother could make the argument and could make probably a strong argument that she should be with her family, she shouldn't be with, like, again, I would say a quote-unquote stranger. She shouldn't be with someone. Well, she shouldn't be with someone that was trying to kill her, that she was even trying to kill as well. When she's in this kind of state, you could make the argument that she should come back with him anyway.
To be fair, you could even make the scene where like he sees what's happening and he decides that like taking her back to Garlemald like will not achieve anything because of the state she's in. She may as well just stay.
Yeah.
Like he can make that decision.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like I feel like it's a decision that he should make, not a decision that Hien should make or Kosetsu should make.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like that would make it more easy because like you present him with like this is what like the actual situation is. Like, you know, it's not the ideal that you thought kind of thing. Because that would again like go towards like the idealist like thing where like he would think that like he solves the problem this way, but it turns out like that the problem is way more complicated than he thought.
Yeah. We'll see. We shall see. I think for now, though, I think this is a good stopping point.
Okay.
Because it is late. So we won't find out what happens with the conclusion until next time.
No, the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger. What happens with the negotiations? We'll find out next time.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. So, yeah, I would say right now this patch it's on a bit of an uneasy upswing. Like, I feel like we've been emphasizing it quite a lot here. There is potential for this to be a good story, but they keep like leaving it open for it to be a bad one. So,
yeah, that's basically what it feels like.
Like we're teetering on a knife's edge right now. We're gonna go one way or the other. Either they make it interesting or they don't. So we'll see. But it's overall, I think it's been good. Maybe it's still uneasy ground, uneasy footing here so far when it comes to the writing of this patch. But I want to say it looks optimistic. It looks good. It looks better. It looks better than whatever the hell like 4.1 was, or whatever the Alamegan
like,
stuff.
We literally like compared to that. Like literally, what Liz should have been is what Hien is doing.
Yeah. Like the writing for Hien is better than the writing for Liz so far. I still think.
And again, we had this really good cinematic of like a conversation between political parties. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. I think the weakest part so far of this episode, of this stream, was Yotsuyu's backstory. Everything surrounding Yotsuyu, actually. Everything surrounding Azula. I think that's the weakest part right now, is her attempted backstory to try to justify how she is the way that she is, and the fact that they're still not confronting her about things, and they're still leaving it up in the open as to what her end result is going to be. Like I think that's the weakest part so far. Same with Gosetsu as well. Like I would say that Gosetsu and Yosuyu are the weakest part of this quest line and of this patch, but so we'll see what they do with it. We'll see.
Yeah, they can still make it interesting if they decide to.
They can try. I'm still even if she gets her memories back, like I don't know how good they're gonna do it, but we'll see. I think they're gonna have Gosetsu kill her.
No, I think I actually would prefer the ending where like they let Asahi decide, and then then we find out like what kind of person he is. Like if he's like more strict, then he still takes like Yotsuyu to Garlemald because that's his mission.
No, I'm talking about what happens when she gets her memories back. When she gets her memories back, what happens with Gosetsu? Because it feels like he's like projecting. Did we confirm that he had like a daughter or something? That he's like.
No, you had the theory that he had a daughter, but we don't know anything about
well, it feels like he's projecting something onto her, right? Which is why he's acting the way that he is. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It does seem like there's more to it with Gosetsu specifically about the situation. But yeah. Do you think Alice will get her own like spotlight?
No.
Oh.
I think they fumbled the ball with Alice. And I think they know that. And I think that this quest line was them trying to do something with her, but as we mentioned, they didn't do anything with her. Yeah, they didn't. And I think this is the most we're gonna get. Like I have no faith in them for handling LSA this expansion. Maybe next patch. Maybe next patch. This is a little bit of a side tangent, but I have heard, because Jesse didn't spoil anything, but apparently 7.4, the most recent patch that we released, apparently is like a high point. Like he was very excited.
Okay.
I think he said himself, he was like we're back. Like he said that like the if he says the writing, and he admitted that the writing was awful for 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, but he said that like 7.4 feels good again. The writing has gotten better. So well, it's something that we won't experience for another couple of years. but on a side tangent, it does feel like the writing is getting better for 7.4, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah, because I know that like a lot of people had some problems with like the 7.
I think the majority of people had issues with 7.
Yeah, like it was like a big drama kind of thing in community.
Yeah. So it's for the future. It sounds like 7.4 is a step in a good direction. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we also like on like our level, to put it that way, we like people generally rate Shadowbringers fairly highly, from what I know. So maybe this is like slowly starting to be a lead up to Shadowbringers. Maybe we're getting there. Kind
of. Like I would say, I think it just shows how from patch to patch the writing can change, and there can be moments where there are low points in the quality of writing, and there are higher points as well. And that's kind of what we're experiencing here. Maybe not on the same level, but like this, so far this patch does feel better than, base Stormblood and 0.1 of Stormblood. I think it's 4.1. I think 4.1. Like 4.1 was awful. Was actually awful. And 4. I think this is 4.2. 4.2 so far does feel better in quality, which is nice.
Yeah. It does feel like the Doma stuff in this patch specifically seems much better than what we've had so far.
Yeah. It's good. Still has some weak points to it, but overall it's better. Overall.
Yeah, I mean it's an improvement.
Yeah.
That's the important about it. It's an improvement.
100%.
Yeah. Soko is talking about the patch.
One begins pushing towards next expansion. Yeah, I mean that, like, I think that it's like it says two things, right? Like 7.4, which I believe is the current patch. Again, I don't know any details of it, but part of the reason why this might now be a high point for the expansion is because it's leaving the expansion. Like,
yeah, it could be.
It feels like we're setting up for what's coming next, which also confirms that what was bad, right? Like that 7 point, like that Dawn Trail as a whole is one of the low points writing wise of Final Fantasy XIV. But now that we're getting out of Dawn Trail, things are looking better. Now that we can like move past like its failings. I think that's kind of what you're getting at. But of course, like we can only vaguely assume that like we're still a ways away.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. In like 5 years.
Yeah, I got that. I'm making progress. Meanwhile, for now, we're going to be wrapping up. When it comes to our next stream for Final Fantasy, it should be when?
Well, that's the question, because we have some other things to plan for the next week. Soko predicts 6 years. Okay.
Let's go.
But yeah, that depends what the schedule for next week
is.
is.
Currently I can see on our calendar we have it set for the 30th, but it depends on technically we could play Divinity then as well. Like
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, we didn't like set an actual schedule for Divinity. So
Yeah.
I actually
So,
don't know when we're supposed to.
starting on Tuesday, I'll message Yaku. We'll message Yaku. We'll see when he's free. Whenever he's free, like because maybe he's free the 30th, maybe not. Right? Maybe he's free on the 31st,
Yeah.
maybe the 1st, maybe the 2nd. So our next Final Fantasy stream should be in a couple of days. But if Yaku's available, we might stream some Divinity instead. So it kind of depends on Yaku's availability.
If you enjoy chaos and also chaos, then yes, that is the playthrough.
Yes.
And like missing half the quest lines because suddenly characters are dead and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
We'll get
I mean,
to
we
it.
did clear them up though from everything we could find.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Like
I think-
we got like 5 different like options to leave the first island.
I think we're done.
Like we
we're
followed all of them.
I think we're almost done as well, right? Like we finished the first island, but like I think this is the final act? Question mark. We're getting into Act 3. Right?
Whoa! No, we literally just finished Act 1. We literally just leave Tutorial Island.
How many acts are there?
I don't know.
It's 3, right? I
I
know why
know,
my brain says
I just-
3.
I just know that like Steve was just losing his mind because we literally just done like tutorial in his opinion. If you enjoy watching 3 people struggle to open a door that only requires you to ask someone to open it, watch them play Divinity 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Also, I would like to, for everyone who didn't watch the playthrough, I made some notes in like Google Docs and like I forgot about them and then I opened them again a while later. And I have notes of each of our characters, and on Yaku's character, he's an undead, so he's like a skeleton. And my notes on him say, literally no brain.
I mean, he's undead. Like he's a skeleton.
He's undead, he's a skeleton. He
Yeah.
literally does not have a brain, he doesn't own one.
Okay.
I mean, they actually emphasize that like in the game itself where they say like, oh, your eyes would look this way if you actually had any. So like they literally are just skeletons.
Maybe Steelmore can let us know. Steel, how far in are we, like percentage-wise, would you say, through the story? Are we like 50%, 30%, 60%? Like, because I feel like we put a good amount of hours into it, right? Am I crazy? Like, we played like 10 hours or
We
something.
literally just left the island and like arrived at the city. That was all we did.
But
15 to 20. Yeah. Yeah, like I remember still saying like they spent the entire time on Tutorial Island.
Yeah. How many hours have we put into the game, Kurt? Do you know? Vaguely?
Vaguely? Like 20 to 30. Maybe a bit more.
Okay.
Because we have like 23-ish episodes and most of them are at least an hour long, often longer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
that kind of game.
We're not gonna finish it. We're not
No,
But you
we
know what?
probably never
We'll make
finished
some.
Divinity.
We'll make some good progress. Okay, we're gonna finish the next island. Okay, the next area.
So
We'll finish it. Yeah.
yeah, sure, maybe.
We'll finish it.
So it may be on that one.
Okay. But with that, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. Again, so far the story has a lot of potential. I will tentatively say that has a lot of potential to get good. And I hope that they handle the characters well. So far, I'm hopeful, and I'm, again, there's a lot of potential with the new character that they introduced, Asahi, Zuko.
Yeah.
Zuko's
Yeah,
character.
Zuko. He is Zuko.
He is
I mean,
Zuko.
if she's Azula, then he's Zuko.
He
like,
is.
We established that.
Yes. So we'll see if the
And
Zuko.
I hope
character-
they do go along with that. Like
Yeah.
just how Zuko wasn't a bad person, Like he was influenced by a lot of people to make him not necessarily a good person either, but he was a good guy.
Yeah. So we have potential with Zuko here for him to be a good character. We'll see. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. We should be live tomorrow with Sparkling Tuna Cup. That'll be our next broadcast on the Cranky Ducklings. We'll be casting some StarCraft. Otherwise, again, when it comes to Final Fantasy, next week we might be returning depending on Yaku's schedule. It'll either be Divinity or Final Fantasy. One or the other.
Also, if you want to check out what we are doing off stream, then make sure to join our Discord, because that's where we discuss all the Final Fantasy things. And also, if you haven't done the Starlight event, then it's still going on for a few more days.
Yeah, the next time we play, we might even have to do Heaven's Turn. Heaven's Turn is like right around the corner.
Yeah.
So we might have to do that. We'll see. We'll see.
Double the thanks for streams, yes. Thank you for watching, Soko.
Thank you, Sokka. Thank you, Steel Modes. I saw Ice Dan earlier as well. Thank you. Thank you. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.